Thank you, choir. It's always beautiful, and it's almost Swami's music is ever new. Like the source it was received from God. Swami used to say, "It's not my music, God gave it to me." Friends, I'd like us all now to join our hands together and welcome Sri Karthikeyan ji, our chief guest, our beloved friend and patron. So if you'll please come, I'd invite Niriti to please offer our love to Karthikeyan ji on behalf of Ananda India in Pune. So will you please take a seat? Especially for us all over here, Karthikeyan ji requires no introduction. We have seen him, some of us, for 20 years. Swami Kriyananda ji used to call Karthikeyan ji his spiritual brother in India. And Karthikeyan ji has been a patron, a founder, a wonderful advisor to us for now 2 decades. He was so many times, Swamiji would request Karthikeyan ji to travel with him to Italy, Ananda's work in Assisi, Ananda village in California, introduce Swamiji across India, and especially the last Pan-India tour Swamiji did in India, he insisted that Karthikeyan ji introduce him in every single talk. And we have the great honor of having Karthikeyan ji's continued friendship and guidance with us all. Karthikeyan ji also in the past has served as the director of the CBI. He solved the nationally, internationally known Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. I very clearly remember that morning, that very sad morning when I was woken up by my father with that news. And our hearts were brought to deep rest and solace by Karthikeyan ji's untiring efforts in that case, for which the government of India recognized him and awarded him the Padma Shri. Karthikeyan ji has served as on the board of directors and advisors worldwide, from Interpol to many other organizations, but in India especially as Director General of the National Human Rights Commission. But like I said, for us, I think the sweetest part is Karthikeyan ji's ongoing friendship with us. He came actually to this particular center 3 months ago when it was in its infancy, and how carefully he feels Ananda. I'll give you just one example of that we had barely set up the place. A few things here and there in every room were coming along. And we entered and I said, Karthikeyan ji, these are some things we are putting in our boutique over here. This is, we are making this on the lines of the East-West store in Palo Alto, which I said is 25 times bigger. It is actually America's biggest metaphysical bookstore. I said, sir, we are trying to take a step in that direction. And he turned to me and he said, even before you said that, I felt it. And I thanked him for that. Because I hadn't told, sir, we are in touch with David Gamo, the manager over there. What is our intention? We hadn't even made a sticker of the East-West store, which we now have over here. But to have a sounding board, like Swami said, he's my spiritual brother in India. To have a sounding board who can guide you, advise you in the right direction, we are thankful and grateful for that help, sir. And I'd like to invite now Karthikeyan ji to say a few words, or as many words as you'd like, Karthikeyan ji. Because this is my favorite theme when Karthikeyan ji speaks, and the topic is my time with Swami Kriyananda, there were so many precious moments. Of course, I'll let you share those. And the work in India. Karthikeyan ji has guided Swamiji and many others, and we want to hear from you now, sir. Welcome.
Okay. Namaste. Good morning to all of you. I'm sure all of us, felt the presence of Swamiji. When the choir was going on, I close my eyes, I see his presence. Of course, you can remember him in any forms, but particularly when he sings, he elevates. As he says, the music elevates himself and the listeners also. Dr. Aditya and Bhavaniji, you created wonders here. In 3 months' time, In 3 months' time, I happened to pass through Pune a few months back. I rang up, he said, you drop in and go. On the way to the airport, and he came. I was amazed to find what a beautiful place they have found. Of course, it's Swami's grace. Swami told me long back, because soon after he came here, about 20 years back, he said, I am here because I want to take Ananda, his teachings, Kriya Yoga, to the land of his birth, my master's birthplace. It was tough to start with in Gurgaon and all that, but he was determined. In 20 years, I remember at the dedication of the Moksha Mandir in the village Nevada, I mentioned when the great masters leave the body, they become more powerful. They are released from the confines of the physical body. Their influence and power influence goes all over. And that has happened here now. And I know the message of Babaji, the Master Swamiji is spreading very fast. Thanks to the spiritual directors, Jyotiji and Deviji, the chosen successors of Swamiji, tirelessly traveling all over and inspiring people. And ably supported by people all over. And that's particularly among those I know is Pia Singh Ji is of course there, Yana Ji, all the masters here I can mention. There are many episodes, I can remember. See, I'm really worried. Last night I was sharing with people. I'm worried about what's happening in Palestine and Israel. What's happening? That 1 square kilometer, the holiest for considered by 90% of the population. The Wailing Wall, the Jesus walk where he was, crucified and buried, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. These are considered the holiest for almost 90% of the population of the world now, all in 1 square kilometer. And none of them preached violence. All of them said compassion, kindness, sympathy. But see the madness that is going on now here. I also recollect Swamiji was so gracious to enact a peace treaty for me in my honor when I went to village, Nevada. The drama the world leaders are playing, ultimately none of them really intending peace to the world now. Where are we going? So what attracted me to this movement, and particularly Swamiji, is, this organization believes in harmony of religions. I got this Swamiji's, I call it magnum opus, Essence of Bhagavad Gita, released by the Chief Minister of Delhi at that time in City Fort Auditorium. The hall was full. And he has mustered, he said similarities between the Bible, Quran, and Bhagavad Gita. So none of them preach violence. They said we all fulfill the same purpose, universally respected human values, kindness, compassion, sympathy, caring for each other, forgiving. The same was, of course, released in Rome also. I was there in Italian language and all that, Swamiji. See, Swamiji as Dharmacharya of this great movement, how to raise the consciousness of the people, and we can keep speaking about Swamiji like anything, He became very dear to me. I feel he was available to us, but unfortunately, I was traveling around most of the time because I had many other tasks. We should have spent more time with him, and those who are fortunate, of course, Jyotiji, Deviji is there, Janaji is there. All of you had the good fortune of being Swamiji. Some of you have been there for the last 50 years with him. What a great soul, what a human. So simple, so humble, so kind, in spite of his spirituality, knowledge and all that. He cared for everybody. Everyone is important for him. Kindness. I remember the days with him in Assisi, not much later. Of course, his speeches are beautiful, you all heard, with so much of subtle humor. You never see him without a smile. Always, I think that this reflects how he was and he is. Yeah, if you close your eyes, he is there. So, embodiment of all kindness and spirituality. Blessed Master. He was chosen on by the Master. With very short time he spent with him, but he chose him. He said, spread his message all over. And one of those occasions, we had a number of times we had met him, but we could have spent more time with him. But then, unfortunately, we had, how many of us are the good fortune of knowing him, meeting him, enjoying his love and grace and blessings and all that, I'm one of those fortunate people. And he said, I remember in Assisi when I was with him, I told Swamiji, so jovially, I asked him, do you know Swamiji, this, what is? Damanur. What is Damanur? I was happy because Swamiji knows Italy. I told him, Swamiji, I know something about Italy which you do not know. He loved to tell me, okay, more about it. He could talk to him. He was a master, guide, philosopher and friend also. He said, okay, we must go. He was not in the best of health. Then I rang up Damanur people, they said coming. It took 3-4 hours time, if I remember. I don't know who was with me at that time, with us. We drove. Damanur, it's a beautiful place. You are not gone. But Swamiji liked that place so much and they also liked him. And, they all greet like this. They start with Omkara and all the things. Later on, Swamiji, I think, went again, staged peace treaty there. The stage play also there, he was telling me later on and all that. So, coming, he was not in the best of physical health. Even last time visit of his in India, he said, I want to request you, I want you to be with me during my travel. I said, yes, I will be with you. So I went to Bombay, Madras, Bangalore, everywhere, and he had the privilege of asking me to introduce him to the audience, and then he spoke. But then, once he speaks, if something happens to him, power. He forgets all his physical weakness and all that. Sings so beautifully, speaks so powerfully. In Madras, yes, I always remember the first visit to Madras. We had the most prestigious hall we had organized it. We are not sure about the audience because he was not known in the south particularly. But the hall was full. All was full and about a couple of thousand people came outside and many people went and all that. Then I told Swami, I said, Swami, I think next time when you come here, we'll organize in the indoor stadium at the dinner, He told me, he said, I don't think this body will allow that. He had the premonition. He said, yes, I would like to, but I don't think the body will allow that to happen and all that. And what a great conversationalist. Apart from the speaker and music and all that, there is so much to talk, so much interested. Then he told me, I want to see the President, Dr. Kalam. So I told the President, I said, Swami, you must meet this Swami, very, very special spiritual master. We went there and they had a very good conversation. They liked each other. And Swamiji had a great regard for him. And President Kalam also, he told me later, yes, I find a very interesting person and all these things and all that. And on your way back from this Damanur, we had programs in Assisi, but he used to get out of the car, he'll collapse. Body became so Because, when they started this Ananda village, how much they all have struggled. Very hard times Swamiji has gone through. You all been with him. All that, later on, it has gone toll on his health and all that. So I had the privilege of holding him like this a dozen times. I knew he was going to be there. And then he'll be steady. When he speaks so beautifully. And what loyalty, devotion. Whatever he said, whatever he wrote, he said, the thoughts of his master as remembered by his disciple. Even that, the Essence of Bhagavad Gita is a beautiful book, He has written, then he said, thoughts of my master as remembered by the disciple. Such type of, I'm involved in many spiritual organizations, on the invitations I go. But I have never seen so much of loyalty for a disciple to the Guru as I have seen in Swamiji. Always master. And you all know how it happened. He walked on the streets of New York and saw the book, the cover of the book, attracted him. They said till then he had nothing to do with spirituality and all that, All of you know more about him that time. Pardon me if I am not repeating correctly. But then he get attracted and then we traveled all the way, took the bus and went and met the master and all that. How many of you have seen this Finding Happiness? I think most of you have not seen. Please see that. It's one of my favorite things. Of course, many other things have come. That's how the Ananda was founded. Ananda village was founded. What all they have gone through and all these things and all that. And see, they always say, when the disciple is ready, master appears. The masters also choose the disciples, it happens. There have been so many. But Donald Walters, at the age of 22, goes and then the master has great liking for him, became his favorite student, and all that, you must get them screened here. I had seen it a number of times and all these things. And Kriya Yoga is, it's an ancient technique, over a period of time forgotten for a long time. Like Bhagavan Buddha's meditation, Vipassana, 2,500 years back. It went out of India. It came back about 50 years back from Burma again, through Satyananda Goenkaji, the Guruji, like that and all that. So Kriya Yoga, Babaji read it, and then the line of masters are all great people are there, and passed on, and it was the destiny of Yogananda ji to bring it back and passed on. So Swami Kriyananda, he has created, and I know very well many of you have seen it, I have heard about it, but still, it has to spread much more. Today, the world is in turmoil. Turmoil within the individuals. I am told 60% of the doctors in America, it's accepted, they have stress, depression and all that. Individual life and all that. So this Kriya Yoga brought about by the master, but we have so many books and all that written. How to bring about harmony between the body, mind and soul with an individual. Then you goes to the family, then only such families can create peaceful, harmonious societies. And only country with such society can become a peaceful nation. And only such beautiful, peaceful nations can bring about harmony in the world. Now on one side you see what's happening, destruction. People, mindless killing. We have, what's happened, I don't want to mention the names and all that then. Cruelty, senseless violence, barbarism, barbarism of the worst. Wild carnivorous animals have to survive by eating. That's the creation. But they don't kill for fun. They don't have engines. They eat and then that's all. But here what's happening is, sometimes we fear what's going to happen to this world. All in the name of religion. Which religion said you kill others? So that is why the value of Swamiji's teachings, Kriya Yoga, this whole movement is, you belong to any religion, born in any religion, we don't have a choice. But ultimately, the essence of all religion is the universally respected human values. So we need to spread more and more people here. I'm very happy in 7 years what has happened. 20 years, Ananda, all right, in India. It's a cause for celebration, all right. But particularly in Pune in the last 7 years, so much has happened. And in the last few months, what has happened is amazing. When I came 3 months back itself, I was amazed. And now, I don't think any organization can do so much in such a short time. So perfect manner. I must compliment the whole team. Your commitment to Master. Master, of course, grace of the Master and Swamiji is with us and all that thing. So, I know I'm interacted with a lot of youngsters. I'm happy or on the path now. Please, there is no reason to all paths lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome, see. There are many more, because this world is so complicated. No single path is enough. But what appeals to you, please pursue it now. But with no prejudice against others, as taught by the masters. No. Now I want to read some words I used to hear from Swamiji again and again and again and again. You can't do it in a better way. I just written down some of the places, all that down. Because spiritual communities living for a higher purpose to attain the peace of Sachidananda ultimately. Swamiji is accepted all over the world as the father of the world brotherhood communities. As David Crowley said, nothing like Ananda as a community. It is the best such community in the world. Swamiji used to say always, people are more important than things. And I heard him repeatedly saying, Jato Dharma, Tato Jaya. Where there is right action, there will be victory. And Swamiji said most of Ananda is basically simple living and high thinking. And how many of you had gone to Ananda, Nevada? Okay. I had been to a number of, I must say with all spiritual organizations, but I have not seen anywhere else a community so joyously living. So living in peace and harmony, respecting each other, always in joy. So there is something, if you can, you must go and stay there. Swamiji's dream is to create such communities all over the world, but I think it's going to happen in Pune first, here in India. Though Delhi started earlier, Delhi is a capital city with all sorts of things, and Pune, the retreat is beautiful here. And the retreat is going to be more powerful, Anandaji, Adityaji, I'm telling you. And a little away, but I will take this here. The members of parliament and members of legislature have a lot of funds to develop the constituency. So we can appeal. More and more people are coming in Pune. All of you join and appeal to those members of parliament here. You're not doing a favor to Ananda only. All those villages around also get benefited. The road has to be done up. It become most popular. All that. It's going to be a most popular retreat center in the world. If you can do it in 3 months' time, in 3 years' time, you can make it the most popular center now. There. So success is achieving what one really wants. We want it, and this Swamiji's words, and children education. Swamiji had so much for the children. He has written children to be educated, emotional self. I mean, what's happening? We are also worried about the drug addiction now, all over the world. But India is also need to worry now. So we have to educate the children at the school level. Bring them. You are having some course. You are having courses for the children also. I'm sure we'll explain to them later on. More and more children should join now. Values are important. We have seen with all the money, with all the power, with all the popularity, you don't get peace and contentment. People are restless. They don't sleep. More money, they're worried about raids and prosecutions and all that. No. By all means, be successful in your profession. Make your money and contribute to good causes. As good people like Piaget is doing it now and all that. At the same time, peace and contentment can come only by doing good to others. And all that. Swamiji at that age also traveling around so much. Now Deviji and Jyotiji are doing the same thing because the purpose is you want to spread what you have got, want to spread it to as many others as possible. Swamiji said the twofold goal of all human striving is the avoidance of pain and the fulfillment of happiness. To quote him, the mastery of any subject requires that one identify himself or herself with a particular state of consciousness appropriate to the subject. Society cannot depend to a disproportionate degree on its capable few to development for it. And he says, respect one another as you respect me. This master who told Swami has told everybody, respect one another, yeah, respect me, he said, master said. So here it's a community there is no hierarchy here. They're all kriyaban, as you call it, respect each other. Each one has a role to play, we play it, all right now. A human being, in order to function fully and effectively in this world, needs to develop in himself all four of these tools of maturity. Physical energy, the energization exercises, bodily self-control, dynamic, persistent willpower, emotional calmness and expansive feeling. So, world brotherhood colonies, spiritual communities, living for a higher purpose and all that. A clear-sighted practical intellect. Remove any one of these aspects from the equation and the equation itself becomes distorted, Swamiji says. Each aspect depends on its perfection on the other three. These tools are best developed in sequence. Bodily awareness first, then sensitivity of feeling, then willpower and intellect. Swami says, those who walk, run or slide downhill eagerly would rather not think about the long, hard climb back up the hill again. Yes. So, men, including women, need to become God-centered from within and from that center to see everywhere in every form. All that. Of course, Swamiji said his music came through him, not from him. His music is something, devotional music is elevating. It's not just for enjoyment. And from his word, I play his music all the time on my car when I travel and all that. What is divine voice and all that. And composed everyone with a lot of meaning. And it's powerful, the most powerful medium. So, music helps to uplift consciousness, Swamiji says now. So, peace treaty I mentioned about you, Assisi, Damanur, now 10 years? 10 years are over now?
20.
No.
Oh, Swami's passing, that's
10 years are over. But don't you think Swamiji's power, influence, vibration is more felt now? Yes, much more felt now because that's the way he lived and prayed. and left his beautiful speeches, recorded speeches, music, amazing. And he created a wonderful community, and this number should spread more and more to create a better harmony society. And I'm sure it will reach the world in due course now and all that. Of course, Swamiji has given us wonderful disciples, masters like Jyotishji and Deviji, who have been with Ananda from 1984 and all that. Global ambassadorship you got, I remember the speeches accepted. I don't want to repeat it. Beautiful speech. It's a great recognition of Swami, Master, and the entire movement and all that now. For me, today is the most important day in Delhi. I would not have left Delhi for anything excepting here. So ultimately, it's a big dilemma. But Swamiji won, Ananda won, so I'm here. So allow me to. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Swami. We are here to. We are here to. Thank you very much.
I'd like to invite Jyotish and Devi ji to please felicitate Karthikeyan ji.
Oh. No. Before that.
Karthikeyan ji.
Before that.
Karthikeyan ji got the upper hand.
Before that. Great honor. Admire what you are doing. Take care of your health. Don't travel too much.
Says the person who travels constantly.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for your time. We have a small gift for you.
I know, maybe beautiful painting.
And this
This
also
is our book signed
is-
for you.
Yes. We will release this tomorrow officially, but you get the pre-official.
Should I hold it for you, sir?
This is a little gift bag.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We felt
Thank you.
Swami's
Take care.
presence very
Take care.
strongly
Very strong.
as he
Very
spoke.
good.
I see Swami in your